Chapter 22. Don't force the feminine to make decisions. A man abandons responsibility by expecting that his woman will always make her own decisions and then be accountable for the results. This expectation is a withholding of his masculine gift. It puts a woman in the position of magnifying her own masculine. It is good for some women to learn to animate their masculine capacity to make a decision and stick with it. But if a man abnegates his responsibility to provide his woman with the gift of masculine clarity and decisiveness, then she will become chronically sharp, angular, and distrustful of his love. She will cease surrendering in love with him, cease trusting his masculine capability, and instead become her own man. Your woman asks you for your input and you say, "Whatever you want to do is fine with me." This is the statement of a friend, not a lover. As friends, you want to treat each other fairly and give each other space and independence. As lovers, you and your woman are more than just friends. You are playing the full dynamic of masculine and feminine polarity. Wouldn't you like your woman to be a goddess and offer you her feminine gifts? To evoke them, you must offer her your masculine gifts. One of your most valuable masculine gifts is the ability to see all the options and make a decision based on this view of all the potential outcomes. Feminine decisions are based on what feels right, and often this is the best way to make a decision. However, the point in intimacy is not simply to make the best decision, but to make the best decision while maintaining the force of masculine-feminine polarity that attracted you together to begin with. If that polarity begins to diminish, conflicts will begin to increase. When that polarity disappears, attraction disappears, and the life of intimacy disappears with it. You need to play the masculine pole if you want your woman to play the feminine. Offering your perspective on decisions is one way to give your masculine gift, even on the most trivial decisions. Never say, "Do whatever you want." If she asks you which shoes you think look better on her, make a decision and tell her. Don't just say, "They're both nice." Say something like, "I like the red shoes, but what's most important to me is that you're happy." She is, of course, free to wear whatever shoes she wants, but she is also the recipient of your masculine gift of decisiveness. Perhaps your woman is trying to make a career decision, something that will affect her for many years. She might feel into it and do what feels best for her, which would be a feminine style of making a decision, or she might be trying to make a decision based on the different possible outcomes of her choices, which would be a masculine style. Because you have a masculine sexual essence, you will naturally be able to contribute to her masculine decision process. And more importantly for the intimacy, if you don't contribute to her masculine decision-making process, the two of you will become depolarized by each other's energy. She'll be in the masculine, you'll be neutral, and there will be nobody in the feminine pole. This is fine for short periods of time, but if it becomes chronic, then the two of you will begin to feel like friends rather than lovers. The attractive juiciness of polarity will be replaced by two buddies discussing options. If you refuse to offer your masculine gift by saying things like, "I don't really care, it's up to you," then she will have to learn to depend on her own masculine capacity. Another way to say this is that she will begin to trust her own masculine more than yours. Then you will find that she trusts you less and less across the board. She will refuse to surrender to you even sexually because she hasn't been able to relax and trust you all day. You haven't offered her your masculine clarity and perspective, so she has to be her own man and give it to herself. As a practice, always help your woman make decisions by giving her your perspective and telling her your choices, while letting her know that you love her regardless of the decision she makes. Often her feminine feelings will be a much better basis for a decision than your masculine analysis. So encourage her to feel into the situation and trust her feelings. But for the sake of polarity and happiness and intimacy, always tell her what you would do and why, even if you think she should make her own decision.